Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Construction at this intersection in West Fargo has left more than a few metro area drivers frustrated.
A local man contacted our whistleblower hotline saying that the confusion on the roads left his car damaged and him wondering why he's footing the bill after a crash at 9th Street East and Prairie Parkway.
Valley News Team's Molly Casey talks with him to see what led to the crash and how police responded.
You are not supposed to be crossing that street at all over there.
Construction season is in full swing, and with it comes traffic. But Curtis Ness found out it also comes with accidents.
Somebody flagged the black Trailblazer to come through the intersection, and we collided.
Ness was driving on 9th Street East when another driver tried to illegally cross through the intersection. But it got more frustrating when West Fargo police arrived.
North Dakota being a no-fault state, they will not write a ticket for the other driver or determine fault at that point.
And not only was the other driver not cited, this video Ness took shows other drivers ignoring traffic signs while the police were on scene. But the city did take notice because new cones were added to block the intersection.
They have already changed the cones and structure of the way traffic flows over there, so they must have realized that this is dangerous.
West Fargo police told us that there have only been 3 crashes at this intersection since January 2016. But Ness is still frustrated it took an accident to change the intersection.
I have to get my vehicle fixed. It's just at this point, it's money out of my pocket that should not be money out of my pocket.
From West Fargo, Molly Casey, Valley News Live.
Crews have changed the cone structure to now prevent left-hand turns at that intersection. And as we mentioned, that story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help with an issue in your community, call us at 701-237-6576. Leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it.
Police officials say the bodies of a couple found in a Jamestown home were a result of a murder-suicide that left a 3-month-old baby alone inside the house. The bodies of Cherish Peterson and Casey Jensen were first found by their fathers in the home the couple was sharing. The report from the medical examiner says Peterson died from a gunshot wound to the back of the head, while Jensen died of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators found a rifle and 2 shell casings along with other evidence at the home. And based on their findings, they believe the incident happened late in the evening of August 4th or the early morning hours of August 5th. The 3-month-old baby was taken to the hospital to be treated for dehydration and was later released to family members.
One person was arrested. Others could face charges after a sex offender compliance check in Valley City. Police there teamed up with several law enforcement agencies, including the U.S. Marshals Service, to meet with offenders face-to-face and make sure they were up to date on their registration. 33-year-old Tyler Delmore was arrested for failure to register and failure to appear. The others could be facing smaller violations like failure to register a new vehicle, email address, or phone number. Valley City Police Chief Philip Hatcher says that the outside help provides extra backup, and the marshals can also help where they have to cross into another agency's jurisdiction.
3 people are expected to be okay after a crash near Fergus Falls yesterday afternoon. Authorities say 62-year-old Stephen Albright of Hewitt, Minnesota, was slowing down to turn left off of Highway 210 when his vehicle was rear-ended by another car. The driver of that car, 66-year-old Keith Lillis of Clitheroe, along with Albright and a passenger, all had to be taken to a Fergus Falls hospital to be treated for minor injuries.
The continuing tension between North Korea and the United States have some people in the valley on edge. Today, North Korea threatening potential force against the U.S. territory, the island of Guam. When we talked to people today, they had mixed responses to President Trump's comments regarding fire and fury.
Yeah, I worry about it. Look, they just did a missile, 3-4 weeks ago where it reached Alaska. Now, if that missile make it that far, don't you think North Dakota is in danger too? So we should have did a little better with the presidential race because it's so unhealthy for the United States.
We've been through a lot of wars the last few years. We get tired of it, but when it comes a time when you're going to have to probably do something.
Senator John Hoeven and Representative Kevin Kramer say that pressure needs to be put on China to get North Korea to back down.
A plea agreement has been reached involving a former Green Party presidential candidate. Court records show that Jill Stein has reached a deal with prosecutors to resolve criminal charges filed against her in North Dakota nearly a year ago for protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline. She faces misdemeanor charges of criminal trespass and criminal mischief for spray painting a bulldozer at a construction site last September. The maximum punishment is 2 months in jail and $3,000 in fines.
The Ronald McDonald House in Rochester, Minnesota is a home away from home for families whose children are being treated at the Mayo Clinic.
Each year, the organization gets $10,000 to $15,000 from collecting pop tabs alone. Well, soon it will receive possibly its biggest pop tab donation yet from one man. Reporter Chris Yu has the story.
An effort decades in the making.
Really proud of myself.
Nearly 3 million strong.
People just can't believe it.
And soon they'll make their way to the Ronald McDonald House in Rochester. And can you believe it?
I'm starting to believe it, but it's still so hard. You know, I never dreamed to have it this much.
With help from the community, 75-year-old Jim Spinner has been collecting pop tabs for more than 30 years.
When I first started, we had about this many down the bottom. And they just kept on adding. I said, well, let's go to 2 million. Well, we hit over 2 million.
And has a massive plexiglass box to store them.
6 feet long, 4 feet high.
The Medford man decided to collect pop tabs after a friend stayed at the Ronald McDonald House about 30 years ago.
His son had to stay in Rochester. He had kidney infection.
When this box gets filled to the brim, there will be about 3 million pop tabs in all.
I just enjoy it. The other day I had 9 ice cream pails full of tabs brought down here for one family.
Jim will then display them in the annual Straight River Days parade next June before donating them to the Ronald McDonald House.
It's something that everybody should do, some charity work. And that's what I'm doing, is a charity work. I don't want no money out of it. I don't want nothing out of it.
And as for what's next?
I might still keep on going as long as I'm still alive yet. To make somebody happy was worth it.
And if you'd like to donate to the Ronald McDonald House, you can. Just head to valleynewslive.com and click on the Hot button.